Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back with another track guide, this time at Mugello in the F4 on iRacing for what should be another great week. It's a wonderful combo. I had a lot of fun putting this guide together. The racing should be really close as well. If you are new to my channel, what we do is a hot lap, a breakdown lap, and then we're back in the cockpit one final time with the driving line on. Right, let's go. Okay, let's start the hot lap. We're smashing it down the right hand side. Looking for a nice clean entry into turn one. Go over to the left hand side. We see the 100 meters, the 50 meters we brake. We're going to trail it off, drop it down into third, get on the gas nice and early. Try and get back over to the right hand side, up to fourth gear. Tiny dab on the brakes and a lift. Back on the gas, little lift through here. Make sure we're nailing that apex. Exit wide, don't go any further left, it's an X. Up to fifth gear, again little dab on the brakes, down to fourth, back on the gas, tiny lift, back on the gas. Up to fifth, tiny dab on the brakes, leaving it in fifth gear, and now we're flat, stay flat. Back over to the left, we're still doing it flat, trust your aero. Still flat, just bit myself, still flat. So yeah, that bit's flat. Little dab on the brakes, down to fourth gear. This is really, really nice flowy track. It's important not to get on the gas too early on this corner. That's where I was going wrong in my first couple of laps here. And straighten the track out here. Get back over to the right hand side. Let's see if we can pin this final corner. Down to fourth. Sort of pinned it twice, had to correct. Very nice. Let's do the breakdown lap now. What time was that? It was a 47.779, which isn't too bad. Right. Breakdown. Okay, let's do the breakdown lap. Right, first braking zone. It always feels to me as if it's the 50. Let's see exactly where I start pressing it. So yeah, I'm starting to press it about the 75. So midway between the 100 and the 50. It's just how long it takes my brain to work out what's happening, obviously. I brake up to about 65%, get most of that wiped off in a straight line, start trailing it off, looking towards the apex, drop it down to fourth, drop it down to third, and back on 100%, nice and early. Over to the right-hand side, up to fourth, and then basically, once we're a couple of car lengths before the end of this rumble strip, or as soon as we're fully back over to the right-hand side, I just dab the brakes, only up to, 6%, do a lift, and then I get back on the gas, straighten it up, get it up to 100, and then I do a lift down to 20, and then back on the gas again. And it's just making sure I'm getting through these corners. Up to fifth gear, we're braking slightly harder this time, and in my head it always feels like the 50 meter, that's what I'm looking for here. And yeah, it is, 50 meters, and then yeah, up to about 60%, trail it off, we're in fourth gear, we're on 100% here. We're going to just do that little lift up to about 45%, and now I'm back on 100 once I'm at the apex. Up to fifth, and there's this helpful turn right sign, as you can see on the left-hand side here, and you've got these marshals. So it's the marshals were in my brain, is what I was looking to get through, and yeah, it's the marshals. Brake up to 30%, and then trail it off, and then I'm in fifth gear still, looking to try and get back on 100% as soon as possible, just after that apex in 6. And then a little lift to get through 7. Then we're just doing this flat. As I say, we're trusting the aero. This is the iRacing fixed default Mugello setup. So it's available to everyone. As I say, I don't pay to win. This next braking marker coming into 10 is actually quite tricky. I've been using, just before this Portaloo on the left-hand side. Porta potty, don't know what you Americans call it. Somewhere where you can go and wee in a field inside. And yeah, we're braking up to about 66%, about 2/3 pressure. Trail that off. We're leaving it in 4th gear, and then we get back on the gas as soon as we come off the brakes. About halfway through the corner. We're just doing a little lift here, trying to avoid the no-cut curbing, and we're back on 100% once we're on the rumble strip. So for this, again, in my head, it's roughly the 725. So when I go past the 100, I know I'm about to brake. So past the 100, which is just going past me now. But before the 50, yeah, 75 meters there or thereabouts. And again, we're braking up to about 70%, about 2/3 pressure-ish. I'm going to trail that off. Long trail off. As you can see, I'm still on one brake now, just maintaining that balance over the front wheels. And now I go up to 100%. Yeah, 100% midway through the corner. Just feel like you're going really, really late. But if you go too early, you're just going to wash out here. We have to keep our tyres on the rumble strip here, so plenty of room there. And again, plenty of room here. Over to the right-hand side. And again here, for me, coming into this, I've not had a look. It's roughly the orange tarpaulin on the right-hand side, the orange sheeting there. So roughly about the 80-meter mark. Let's see where it is. No. It's closer to the 50. So as I say, when I'm doing these, it's just what I get used to. But when you slow it all down, you can actually see it's slightly different. But that's what you need to be looking out for. We're going to trail that off in 5th gear, drop it down to 4th. We're going to try and get on the gas smoothly. Twice I had to back out of that a little bit and straighten the wheel. We're on 100%. And there we have it. That's the breakdown lap. We have the driving line coming up in just one moment. Okay, final run through with the driving line on. Thanks for your continued support. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week.